across that narrow, restless bay. We're going on a journey tonight, a journey back to a summer that burned with impossible dreams, to the shores of Long Island in the year of our Lord, 1922. It's a story of a man named Gatsby, of the woman he loved, and the green light at the end of a dock that shimmered with a promise that was perhaps always just out of reach. Our narrator for this tale is a young man named Nick Carraway. He's come from the Midwest, from a place where values feel solid and the earth is honest, to a world that is anything but. He's come to New York City to learn about the bond business, a new line of work in a city that's roaring with a frantic, almost desperate energy. He's a quiet observer, someone who prefers to listen, to watch from the edges of the room. This quiet nature, this inclination to hold his judgments close to his chest, is what draws the strange and wonderful people of his new world to him. Nick has rented a small, weather-beaten bungalow in a place called West Egg. It's on Long Island, on the great curving arm of the sea that cradles the city. West Egg is the less fashionable of the two eggs. His neighbor, the colossal mansion that sits just next door, is a constant, silent presence. The house is a sprawling, ostentatious affair, a factual imitation of some Hotel de Ville in Normandy, complete with a tower, marble swimming pools, and acres of manicured lawn that roll all the way down to the water. Yet, for all its grandeur, it often feels empty. It's a stage waiting for its star. His cousin, Daisy Buchanan, lives just across the bay in the more established and refined East Egg. Her house is a cheerful red and white Georgian colonial overlooking the water. Daisy is a beautiful, ethereal creature with a voice that sounds like money, full of money, as Gatsby would later say. She's married to Tom Buchanan, a man of immense physical power and inherited wealth, a former Yale football star whose arrogance is as thick and heavy as the air on a summer afternoon. Nick decides to visit them for dinner one evening. The journey across the bay is short, but it feels like crossing into another world. East Egg is all about old money, a quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout. Tom Buchanan is exactly as Nick remembered him, a man with a hard mouth and a supercilious manner, his body cruel in its powerful grace. He's restless, a man who needs to dominate every room he enters. He's full of the popular, pseudo-scientific racism of the day, spouting off about a book called The Rise of the Colored Empires. His voice a low, menacing growl that seems to vibrate in your bones. Daisy, on the other hand, is all fluttering charm and nervous energy. She's beautiful, yes, but there's a fragility to her, a sense that her laughter is just a little too bright, her smile's a little too quick. She's caught in a gilded cage, married to a man who is openly unfaithful. We meet her friend, Jordan Baker, a professional golfer with a cool, detached air and a cynical slant to her eyes. She's incurably dishonest, Nick will later decide, but for now, she's his window into this strange new social circle. It's during this first dinner that Nick learns about Tom's mistress, a woman named Myrtle Wilson, who lives in the grimy, grey valley of ashes that lies between the city and the eggs. It's a desolate place, a dumping ground for the city's industrial waste, presided over by the haunting, faded eyes of Dr. T. J. Eckelberg on a billboard, a silent god for a godless age. Tom takes Nick into the city on the train one afternoon, and they stop at a small apartment in New York that he keeps for his affair. The scene that follows is a jarring contrast to the cool elegance of East Egg. It's loud, chaotic, and fueled by cheap whiskey. Myrtle is a sturdy, earthy woman, full of a coarseness that is both repellent and strangely vital. She's desperate to climb out of her grey world, to be someone, to be seen. The party ends in a sudden, brutal outburst of violence when Tom, enraged by Myrtle's mention of Daisy's name, breaks her nose with a swift, backhanded blow. The sound of it, the sudden silence that follows, the raw animal cruelty of it all, it leaves Nick feeling profoundly unsettled, as if he's glimpsed a dark truth beneath the polished surface of his new life. Your whisper between pages. Subscribe.